Hey guys, so many of you might have already seen that the Sephora Spring Insider Sale started today for Rouge members. They get 20% off their purchase. The other two, VIB and Insider, will start May the 2nd, and the sale runs through May the 6th for all three. The VIB and Insider will get 15% off, Rouge gets 20%. So I went today mainly on the sales. I'll either stock up on things I know I need, or I will buy the few items that I've wanted to try but just didn't want to buy whole price. So I thought I would hop on here and show you what I got, and also the things that I already own that I think you should get if you're interested in shopping the sale. First thing I got were these Shiseido facial cotton wipes. I know it sounds a little bougie to get cotton wipes from Sephora, but these are the only ones I've tried that they stay together. The cotton doesn't disintegrate when it's wet with either toner or cleanser or whatever you're using it for. So I always pick up a pack of these. If you happen to know of a cheaper brand, let me know. These are just really the only ones I've tried that the cotton doesn't fall apart. You can even cut the square in half and get double the use. So really love these. The next two things I got were these two Olaplex products. It's number 6 and number 3. Number 6 is the Bond Smoother, is a leave-in, kind of like a leave-in conditioner. Number 3 is a hair perfector that you put in before shampooing. So I've never personally used Olaplex products. I've only had them used on my hair in like a salon setting. But my hair is not the healthiest at the moment. It hasn't been for quite some time. And I'm at the point where I'm just trying to get anything and everything to work. So if you use these before, you have any tips and tricks, let me know. Or if there are other products that have helped get your hair back on track, let me know those as well. Next, I got a backup of my Drunk Elephant TLC Frame Boost Glycolic Night Serum. I use this every night with the marula oil. I'll mix them together and put it on after I tone. I love Drunk Elephant products. I think we all know that. So I was almost out of the one I currently have, so I got a backup. I know skincare in general can be a bit pricey, especially Drunk Elephant, but I really trust their brand. I love their ingredients, and it's a great time to try them out on the sale to get money off. Next, I got this Marc Jacobs Velvet Lash Primer. I haven't used this before, but a couple people I trust have tried it and raved about it, so I thought I'd give it a try. I've kind of given a break on false lashes here lately just because of convenience and getting ready quicker. I still love my lashes for special events, but I'm trying to build up my natural lashes, so hopefully this will work. I'll let you guys know. I also picked up another moisturizer. I haven't tried this specific one from Origins, but I love Origins. I've used some of their other moisturizers. They've never broke me out. It's a clean at Sephora brand. So I really was intrigued by this matte moisturizer because in the summer I definitely am more oily. I'm almost out of my current moisturizer, which is also by Origin, so I thought I would give this one a try. Lastly, I picked up this Believe Moisturizing Eye Balm. I have used this before. I absolutely love it. If you have any fine lines around your eyes, or you find that concealers will crease on you, because that is definitely me. I've only tried one concealer in my entire life that did not crease, and that is the Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer, which we'll talk about in a second. This will definitely help. I can't say that it will make any concealer crease proof, but it's basically going to surge your eye area with moisture and get it really plump, push out those fine lines. It also feels really great. This isn't the current one I had. I don't know why I switch things up all the time, but I was using a different eye cream. I'm almost out of that, so I picked this back up because I love it so much. So that was everything I picked up on the sale. I do have some products here that I'm going to tell you about that I already own, but I definitely think you should give it a try if you're interested. First up is the Drunk Elephant Slay Makeup Melting Butter Cleanser. I recently did a post about this. I love this stuff. You just scoop it out, rub it between your fingers, rub it on your face for like 30 seconds, take a wet washcloth, wipe it off. In 2 minutes, your face is completely clean. I've definitely noticed a lot less irritation on my skin because the only wipes that would work for me were the Neutrogena wipes, but they also were a bit irritating. It was kind of like a win-lose because I used them because they worked, but they also irritated my skin. But this right here is a godsend. If you are in need of a new cleanser, I don't even care if you have a cleanser you love, I promise you, try this out. It will replace it. It is that good. It also comes with a little tiny bottle of bamboo booster exfoliant. This kind of looks like, if you're looking at it from the inside, it kind of looks like salt and pepper, but you sprinkle it into the cleanser for the morning, and it can be a exfoliator, which you should be exfoliating to get all that dead skin off. I wouldn't say this is like hands down the best exfoliator I've ever used, but this cleanser, this cleanser is hands down the best cleanser I've ever used. And for Drunk Elephant, the price is great. I think it's $34 or $36. It's great. Ingredients are great. Give it a try. So we're going to talk about this for a second. This is a sample of the Cover FX gripping primer that has been sold out for gosh knows how long, and you can't buy it anywhere. It's not at Ulta, it's not at Sephora, it's not online at coverfx.com. It has been sold out. So if you can get your hands on this, I promise you, you won't be disappointed. I really love it. It's completely clear. There's still in there. It has a tacky base, so when you rub it on, put your foundation on top, it really grips to it. It really helps my foundation last throughout the day. My skin looks great. Cover FX is also a clean brand at Sephora, so there shouldn't be anything in there that will irritate you. So if you can get your hands on the Cover FX gripping primer, get it. If not, see if the store near you has a sample. Get a sample. You can even get two. Here's my backup. I have another one in there. But try it out. It's really great. So there's 3 foundations that I recommend you give a try. First one I want to talk about is the NARS Naturally Radiant Foundation. I do know some people that this just doesn't work for. It works great for me. It's one of those things. Get a sample, take it home, try it, and you should have enough time to go back and get it on the sale. If not, they do take returns, so you can always buy it if you just don't want to miss out on the sale. Give it a try. If it don't work, return it. I'm in the shade Vienna. This is a really beautiful foundation. It sits great on my skin. It's naturally radiant, so it's not matte. It's not going to be dewy. It looks, I hate when people describe foundation as looks like skin, because let's be real, like, it never looks like skin. Okay, if you're wearing a foundation that looks like skin, you need to get a new foundation, because you don't want it to look like skin if you're using foundation. You want it to look like someone else's skin. So this is really great. It does look beautiful in skin. It wears well. It's never irritated me or broke me out. The other one is the Born This Way foundation by Too Faced. I have 2 shades. This one is Swan, and I also have Natural Beige. Natural Beige is my color if I have a spray tan. Swan is not my color any time of the year, but I mix it in with Natural Beige to get a in-between color for all year round, whether I'm tanner, lighter. Born This Way is a really beautiful foundation. I don't know of anyone who this doesn't work for personally. It sits well on the skin. It wears well. This is one of the few foundations that doesn't crease in my forehead lines. So I really like it. And the last one is the Beauty Blender foundation, the Bounce foundation. I really love this. It looks beautiful on the skin. It's a whipped formula. So imagine that on your face. It just really blurs things out. It looks super soft and smooth. I'm in the shade 325. This is a little dark for me right now, but I just mix in a lighter foundation or the Cover FX custom drops to lighten it up. Has a little lock on the back. You pump it out from the top right here in your little pan. I love this foundation. It looks beautiful throughout the day. One of my favorites. The only concealer that I want to talk about is the Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer. This stuff is the only concealer. And this right here, these are all my concealers right here in this drawer. This is the only concealer I've ever tried in my entire life that has never creased under my eye. Any other concealer, Tarte Shape Tape, the Born This Way concealer that everyone loves. I've even tried the Jeffree Star concealer. They all crease. It's not unbearable. It's something, you know, I can pat out and powder, and then after a few minutes or so it'll crease and I can pat out and powder again and just keep doing that. But it's something I shouldn't have to worry about when I can find something that works for me. This is it. This shade is the shade Coconut Flakes. This shade is the shade Coconut Flakes 10N. This is definitely not a highlighter shade. It's more my skin tone, which is what I like for an everyday look. I don't want my under eyes to be super blown out. The other shade that I have is also 04 in Meringue, and this is my highlighter shade that I will use if I want that chiseled effect. But I love this stuff. I have 3 of them here. You can obviously, this one is well loved and used. It's a small little tube. It's 0.34 ounces, but it lasts a really long time. As you can see, I'm still getting product out of this. It's a great concealer. I love the way it looks under my eyes. It lasts all day. I don't really have a powder to talk about. My favorite one, just as like an overall powder, is the Laura Mercier powder. I think everyone pretty much knows about that. One of the newer ones is the Fenty Beauty. This is in the shade Lavender. I bought this because Jaclyn Hill had used it and said that it really helped brighten the under eye, and it does brighten the under eye. So use it sparingly, but it is a beautiful powder. Makes your skin look super smooth, and I love the smell of this. A lot of people don't. I don't know why. I think it smells great. But they also have more skin tone shades, so if this is just too bright for you, you can get one closer to your skin tone that doesn't give such a brightening effect. If you like cream products, this is a cream bronzer by Milk Makeup. They have 2 shades. This is the lighter one, Baked. This is a beautiful bronzer. It blends out beautifully. You can even rub it onto a brush and lightly tap it over powder. It is beautiful. I'll typically put this on before powder, then powder my face, and if I need, I'll add a little more powder bronzer on top just to deepen it up. But this is beautiful, lasts all day. Cream products really help give you that skin-like finish, so I'd recommend giving this a try. They also have a darker shade too if this is just a little too light for you, but this is beautiful. You might have seen this floating around on YouTube. It's the Cheek Leaders Mini Bronze Squad by Benefit. They have a bigger one that's a 6-pan, but they made these mini ones that were just 3 pans. I got this because of all the hype of this middle shade Cookie, which is a highlighter. So I have a Hoola bronzer. Hoola bronzer is great. It's not phenomenal. It's not bad. It's like it's a good all-around bronzer that's not going to do you wrong. The Gold Rush blush, not a big fan. Doesn't give much pigment. And the gold that you first see over top is just a spray over. It's not going to last. The middle shade Cookie is pretty. I don't know, looking back, if I would buy this again just for the middle shade. I have plenty of other highlighters that give the same blinding effect as this that also don't come with a blush and bronzer that I feel like are just gonna waste. But if you don't have a blush and you don't like a lot of blush, and if you don't have a bronzer, or if you wanted to try the Hoola bronzer, I would say pick it up. If you just want it for that highlighter shade, I promise you, you can find something else, even at the drugstore, that'll give you this same glow. The only blush that I have to recommend from Sephora is the Bare Minerals Gin Nude blushes. They are all beautiful. I'm not a big fan of pinky blushes, so this is the shade That Peach though. It's a little more on the warmer side, not so pink as some other blushes can be. I really love this. It looks beautiful on the skin. It is very pigmented, but with a light brush, a light hand, it's very beautiful. They wear all day. If this isn't the shade for you, they have other shades. But if you haven't found a blush that you really like on your skin, try the Gin Nude blushes. They're super buttery. They're great. As far as highlighters, I feel like there's a lot of great options. I wouldn't want to say like this is the only one you need to get, because I love a lot of these in this drawer. So I'll just kind of go through and just highlight the ones that, if you're interested in, these are the ones that I like using. This is the Fenty Beauty How Many Carats Diamond Balm. This is not what I would say a traditional highlighter. It's like a cream to powder highlighter. It's a little on the shimmer side, but it's so fine that it really just catches the light. I would use this as a topper. I wouldn't use this as a single highlighter, so I would put something on a little softer, then hit like the very highest point of my cheek with this, and it just helps give that like more of a natural glow. Let's be honest, we all know it's not a natural glow, but it does give a beautiful effect. The Hourglass Ambient Powders, this is in Luminous Light. These are great powders. I will take this and brush it and sweep it all over my face when I'm done with my foundation. Really gives a skin light glow. They have other shades if this is too light for you, but they're all great. The Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy highlighter is great. I don't know if it's still being sold. If it is, I would definitely recommend trying it out. It's a beautiful highlighter. I didn't buy it the first time they released it because I was like, this is too gold. It's not going to look good on me. But somehow when you brush this onto your skin, it blends beautifully. It's not too dark, but it's also not too light for those who have darker skin tones. So if you can get your hands on this, I would. One of my original favorite highlighters is the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder in the shade Highlight. This is a baked powder. It's the only one in the range that is a highlight. The rest are more of like setting powders. But this powder gives the most beautiful glow. If you do not like a beaming highlight, you don't want to look like a guru, a YouTuber, this is beautiful. It really gives like that, not sweaty, but I've definitely drank a good portion of water today and my skin's glowing. So this is definitely one of my favorite highlighters I've ever tried. As far as eyeshadow, I won't hit on like the ones everyone knows about, obviously, like Modern Renaissance. This is a classic. If you do not have this palette, I don't know what rock you're living under. This palette is just an all-around like everyday palette. I feel like any woman of any level of makeup can find something in here to wear. I've had this one forever. The ABH shadows are some of my absolute favorites. They blend beautifully. They're easy to work with. So any of the palettes, if this one isn't your thing, they have the Soft Glam palette. They also have the Sultry palette, which is a little more cool toned if you don't like warm shades. The Norvina palette, obviously. They just came out with the Riviera, which is bright colors. But if you're looking for an eyeshadow palette, I'd recommend ABH. They definitely have some great shadows for the price. Natasha Nadona is obviously one that you want to buy on a sale and not buy it any other time of the year. This is the Biba palette. Her shadows are pricey. Some of them are worth it, some of them are not. Some of her palettes don't really hit all the marks for me. This is one of the ones that does. These are the shades on the inside. It's, to me, I think a everyday palette. It's a little more warmer, but you still have your cool tone shades there at the bottom. The pan size is great. Her formula is out of this world. Own the ones that work. Not every palette is worth the money, but I definitely think this one is. It's got some shimmers that are beautiful. All around everyday palette. It comes with a huge mirror, which is great for traveling. You could just pack this one eyeshadow palette and have everything you would need. The last palette that kind of like surprised me is the Sephora Pro. This is in the shade Warm. I bought this palette forever ago, and I don't know why, but it just sat in my drawer, and I just happened to be going through my stuff and picked it up the other day, and I started using some of these warm shades, and I have used it every day since then. The shades are beautiful. The formula is great. There's pigment there. They blend beautifully. Again, you have a massive mirror that's great for travel. But there's some other color stories in these. I think they have a brights, they have a cools. I can't tell you whether that's going to be just as good, but this Warm palette is a really beautiful palette. For brows, I love the ABH brow pomade. I have mine in the shade Taupe. This is a perfect match for my brows. I kind of strayed away from it there for a little while and was using other pomades, and I happened to pick this up the other day to use it again, and I had no idea why I stopped using it to begin with. I don't like pencils. I feel like either one, I fill in my brows too much with a pencil that they look kind of chunky, but my brows on their own don't have enough shape, so I do have to spend time filling them in. So with the pomade, I feel like I can get the shape with not a lot of products, so they still look natural, but they also look clean, and like I took the time to do them. I'm not a big fan of like bushy natural brows. I want it to look like, obviously, like they're groomed. So I really love the dip brow in the shade Taupe. This is the Bad Gal Bang by Benefit. I think this is a great mascara, specifically for the lower lashes. This really gives them that fanned out, beautiful effect. It is great on the upper lashes. It's not volumizing, but it's definitely lengthening. You could probably build it up with a couple coats. I will layer this with the Hourglass Vanish mascara that is volumizing. They work beautifully together. But overall, this is a great mascara. I love the wand. It's not super chunky, so I feel like I can get really close to my lash line with this and really coat them. The two liners that I always use are the Clinique Pretty Easy Liquid Eyelining Pen. This is in brown because I ran out of the black one, but I normally will use the black one. This is a brush tip. It's not felt, it's a brush tip. And the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner, which is in black, or Trooper Black as they call it. This is also a brush tip. I don't like felt tip eyeliners. I don't feel like I can get a super clean line with them, but with brushes I can. These are the only two eyeliners that I've used that will last me all day, have enough pigment in them, and don't run. Lastly are these Marc Jacobs Highliner Matte Gel Eye Crayons. I have a lot of different colors here. I mainly use these on the lower lash line, and then I'll smoke it out with an eyeshadow. But these last so long, especially on your waterline, where typically things will fade throughout the day just from your natural eye moisture. But these are great. Lastly are lip products. My absolute favorite formula at Sephora are the Makeup Forever lipsticks right here. They're called Artist Liquid Matte, and all the shades are in numbers. These wear beautifully. They're super buttery. They will fade when you eat, but they're one of the formulas that you can layer and they don't get cakey. I love the Kat Von D formula, but if I eat with that and layer it again, it will get cakey. My lips will look dry, but these look beautiful all day long. The NARS Power Matte Liquid Lipsticks are also great. This is the only shade I have, but this is another formula that you can layer throughout the day. If it wears off, it won't get cakey. It is very moisturizing and it is long lasting. And lastly are the Sephora brand Cream Lip Stain. This is in the shade 33. This is a liquid lipstick, also really great for the price from Sephora. They will wear off when you eat, but again, you can layer it back on. They have a ton of colors, so you can definitely find something you like. And I believe they're around maybe $14 or in that price range, somewhere around in there. So with the sale, they'd be even cheaper. So give these a try if you want a cheaper liquid lip. Lastly, if you've never tried the brand The Ordinary, they used to be available at Ulta, then they went just strictly on their own website for a while, and now they're sold at Sephora. They are a simple brand in the fact that all of their stuff is that. So this bottle is glycolic acid at a 7% toning solution. That's all that it is. They don't really sell mixtures of anything. Almost everything are individual ingredients. But their stuff is great. It's super cheap. It's so good. I use the rosehip oil for acne scars and skin pigmentation every night. I use this at night also. Just helps keep my skin clear. They're not sold in store, at least here where I live they're not. But you can get all their stuff on the app or on the website, and it is so good. I wouldn't say you could go wrong with any of their products. Alright, that's everything. I'm sure I missed some products that I love that I would also recommend you buying. So if there's a product that you're eyeing and you're not sure whether you should get it or not, ask me, send me a message or comment, and I'll let you know if I've tried it and what I thought. I have absolutely no benefit of lying, so I'm going to be honest about my opinion, and I'm pretty harsh on products too, just because I try so much, and if it just don't make the cut, it just doesn't make the cut, and I will let you know. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what products you're picking up in the sale, and maybe I can get some ideas too, because we have until May 6th to go buy all our goodies. Thanks for watching, y'all. Bye.